Whose side mission are we gonna do next? Infestation. One for Aurea and one for Casman. So let's go ahead and you see what Casman needs. Drowning. Hold on. I got resources I gotta drop off.
Bryn, I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to you.
What's going on? You look pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just about those 90 Drake scales. I know Aurea said we don't need them, but she just doesn't understand. It's dangerous out here, you know? Especially now that these Surgeborn are loose. We need to be prepared for anything. It's just gnawing in the back of my head. Do you think you could do it?
What do we need them for?
You haven't told me why we need them. Or better yet, why we need 90.
We want the best gear and weapons, don't we?
So Sola asked for these?
Not exactly. They have other uses too.
Wait. She's high. I remember. Was it the Drake scales that are drugs? People would snort them? Is that what it is? Is she... Is she coming down from her high? Have you slept recently?
Seriously, when's the last time you slept?
Kashar don't need as much sleep as Ashar or Casil.
But you need some sleep.
It's been a while. Maybe 10 days. Or a week. I'm fine.
I remember. One of them said something about they snort something. Was it the Drake scales? Why do we need to do this behind the boss's back?
I'm guessing Aurea doesn't know you want me to go Drake hunting. Do you really think it's a good idea for us to go behind her back?
It looks bad, but she just doesn't see what I'm seeing.
To be honest, I'm not sure I see it either.
Please, just trust me.
This just doesn't make any sense.
Kaz, you need to tell me what's really going on here. I want to help, but the Drake scales? The Weaver Band is okay. More than okay. We're in the best shape we've been in since we entered the Enclave, now that we've made contact with the Heartsiders. Besides, the caravan is looking pretty full. It's not making sense.
You think I'm insane?
No, of course not.
Era's breath. I shouldn't have brought this up. Ugh. But you just don't understand. Everyone could die if I don't... It would be my fault.
Whatever this is, please just tell me what's going on.
No. I shouldn't have burdened you. Sorry, just go.
But Kaz...
I can't talk about this anymore.
Casman is not okay. And I don't think bringing her more stuff is the answer. I'd better talk to Aurea.
It's either drugs for her, or she made a deal with someone else outside of the thing. Drowning. Consult with Aurea. Casman approached me about Drake scales again, but this time she seemed desperate. I have this weird feeling that I shouldn't get them for her. I'm not. That's 90, and it takes forever to kill a Drake, because they run away from you. Maybe it's because all that stuff I was finding for her earlier only seemed to make her more anxious. Something is really wrong here. I need to talk to Aurea about this. I'm hoping it's not drugs. That's like an obvious game cop-out. But I remember Aurea said that they snort something, and I think it was the Drake scales.
Hey, Aurea. About Casman.
I know. I'm worried too. So is the rest of the band. Let's talk at the archive, privately. I'll join you and Lane in a moment.
All right.
Well, she could literally hear us, but okay.
Kaz, you know you can talk to us about what's going on, right?
Nothing's going on. I'm fine, I promise.
You don't seem fine, though.
It's just, no one seems to understand how important the Ashpeak Drake skills are, and Bad things are going to happen if we don't... You know what? I just can't talk about this right now. I'm sorry.
Why have that as a conversation piece if she's not gonna talk? Yeah. So it's either she failed people on the ocean, which I'm hoping it's that over drugs, because again, drugs is just an easy cop out. When there's a character who's very anxious, you just be like, oh, they're anxious because of drugs. I'd rather it not be that. But I mean, either way, it's a sad thing. Drowning.
It's safe to say Casmin hasn't been acting like herself. She's always been tightly wound, but this is something else.
Bryn, she seems more open with you than most. Can you describe in detail what's abnormal about her behavior?
She's begging me for more supplies, even though the caravan is chock full.
Not that we could tell, because she's covered it up.
More than that, she just seems distressed. She's always talking about worst-case scenarios, and lately it's like she's convinced we're all going to die.
I have heard rumors of abnormal behavior developing in Kashar that could be linked to this.
What kind of rumors?
In polytheistic beliefs that are pervasive in the southern part of the Maida, there is an affliction known as Ira's Plague. The sufferer is haunted by twisted visions of death and pain. The goddess of justice, Ira, won't allow the sufferer inner peace until they repent through scrupulosity.
Give me the definition, I guess.
Scrupulosity. What is that exactly?
Oh, my apologies. I forget most people don't follow UD in eschatological study. Scrupulosity can be best described as a series of repetitive acts that one is compelled to do. For example, if Casmin is plagued by relentless images of our band dying from exposure,
She might send our point out over and over again to retrieve supplies.
yes, in order to dispel the horrific visions.
So the game's tackling the idea of OCD, or what's it called now? I don't think, is it still OCD? This is their way of tackling that issue? Okay. You think Casmin is cursed?
Are you seriously suggesting Casmin is... what? Possessed?
Of course not. I'm confident that this is merely a stigmatized phenomenon that could not be explained through facts or science. So the populace explained it through religious folly instead.
Any ideas what facts could explain it?
Not yet.
We have 2 other Kashar in the camp right now. We could ask them. Oh, wait. One of them doesn't believe in religion. And I don't know if the other guy does or not either. So it might not work. What I was going to suggest. Because they would still know the background of Kashar life and stuff, right? I don't know if she's religious. Maybe that's why she's hiding it.
I didn't realize Casmin was spiritual. Is she really trying to hide these visions from us?
Though not devout herself, Casmin grew up with a strict Ashal mother.
You're right, she did.
It's possible Casmin's affliction was a point of shame or contention between them. Perhaps she fears rejection if she shares her experience with us.
No, I don't care much for religion. Okay, wait. That also wouldn't make sense, because she knows that Dom doesn't care for religion. So she wouldn't be shunned. Can you elaborate on those rumors?
Kashar. What does Ira's plague have to do with them?
While most see Kashar as a celebrated merging of the two cultures, some fringe sects disagree. They believe the wider lineage simply leads to more ancestral sin that must be atoned, and thus only Kashar can be afflicted.
Really? Where do you land?
The concept of impure lineage is clearly hogwash. But I suspect the affliction could somehow correlate to the Kashar's unique physiology.
So she's in the eyes of her mother, was a demon child. So, I'm not gonna try to analyze and think about this. Let's move on to the next steps.
All right. Casmin is suffering. We need to do something about it.
And preemptively? No exorcisms?
As I said, this is likely nothing more than a condition that has been stigmatized by religion. A scientific explanation must exist, and thankfully, we are in the heart of progressive thinking.
You think the Enclave could have done research on this?
Makes sense. Where should I start looking?
The steps in the upper city is where I'd start. Between the main building of the spire and the atrium used to stand a school for alchemists. From your explorations, the surge hit that area pretty hard, but some of the building may still be standing.
Great. What am I looking for?
Maybe the name of someone who suffered like Casmin, or a healer who treated the condition. If you find someone like that, you'll want to search the areas of the city where they spent time. Ira's plague is wildly misunderstood across the Maida. If we could find a treatment, it could help more than Casmin.
You're right. I'll start with the steps, then expand my search.
At least it's not drugs. Okay? At least it's not drugs. You don't have any talk for me? Dom, can you go talk to, Asmin? Tell her that the religion's bumpkus? The steps. Spire. I mean, yeah, I'm just glad it's not just the whole drug cop-out. Whenever there's a character that's going wild, going crazy, it's always, oh, they started doing drugs. And that mention of snorting the dragon scales really makes me think that. It's, I didn't even look, but it appears to be miasma. I have a feeling it's going to be in this room over here. Oh, come on. So yeah, I would rather it be something like OCD than drugs. Even if they're gonna turn it into a religious thing. Like it's a sad story no matter what, right? I gotta throw you off, my guy. Sorry. You, though, I can't hurt. Oh, this still counts as a spire, actually. I don't think it will be in here like I initially thought it would be. Wait, no, this is the classroom, so it would have been in here. This was my initial thought. Yes, I'll just go down to the steps in the middle of a miasma. What in the fuck is that? 'Cause that was not here before. Little doggies. I believe religious association. Sufferer is haunted by disturbing visions. Thankfully, Lane believes there's a secular explanation. The Enclave might have done studies on this. They want me to start for looking for research in the ruins of the apothecary school between the atrium and the spire. There's the atrium. There's the spire. Where would the apothecary school be? Here on the steps. I can't do anything to that thing. I can't hit it, I can't grab it. So it's probably best I ignore it. Okay. I try to find this apothecary school. Just looking up to see if there's any things here. because this is the spire. This thing. So between that and there is this building. I don't see a way into this building. I think it was in there. It was that classroom I was in. That was it. But there's nothing in there. But that makes the most sense. So I'm gonna go back in there. I can find. Ow. Ow. I'm letting you guys live. Guess you don't really care. Run from me. Tell me, where is the apothecary school? Pretty sure this is it. Here. This is the classroom. There's nothing here. I want to waste time on this thing. I just want to... I'm in the spire. They said it was on this in the steps. But this is the classroom. This can't be it. There's no way. It's probably gonna send me up here. But this is not it. It's in the steps. climb up. Between the atrium... Between the atrium... Oh, it just flung me backwards. This is where those dogs spawn out of, so I'm trying to break it. I'm trying to think of where this apothecary is. It would be here. I have another thought. Maybe. Maybe. Nope. I thought there'd be a tunnel down here. Shimmering prism. Chanted clearly, small images shift in their core. So I thought there'd be... You just jumped straight off. A secret path down here. It's not. So I have no clue where this classroom is supposed to be. Because it's said between the steps. Between the steps and the spire. Or no, between the atrium and the spire, which is where I'm at. There was nothing up there. There was nothing over there. There is nothing over here, and this is literally the steps. I don't know what I'm doing. There has to be a way of finding it without looking it up. Where is it? The only other answers are that it gave me wrong information. Right? Here. This is not the location you told me. And it's not here. Okay. Just another chest. Oh, you guys turn invisible. That's cool. You wouldn't happen to know where the thing I'm looking for is, would you? I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm already at 31 minutes and have no clue what it is. There's no information. It said the apothecary school. I went into the one place that looked like a school. And I found nothing. Fight them, I'm busy. I'm checking all of these buildings in the hopes that one of them is an apothecary school. Is it bugged? Because I'm pretty sure I found the apothecary school. It was the place with the classrooms in it. Come on. Could be over here. It is over there. When I found a location that looked like a literal school, I thought that would be the apothecary school. No, it's this location that looks like literal nothing. I know Lane said it was destroyed. This is not what I thought they meant. I wouldn't have thought of this location first. I would have thought of the literal school I went inside of. Compiled research.
Not much of this building left, but looks like it's my lucky day. This tome's titled Disordered Thinking and Mental Anguish. Looks there. An insert says, a herbalist in the market found success treating a variety of patients suffering from these types of afflictions. Better search the market next.
Yeah, and nothing told me that this would have been the school. This doesn't look at all like a school. I don't need this. No, wait, I might actually need that. time. I've already wasted too much time. I don't have time to break that. I need to now get to the freaking marketplace. I spent so much time looking for a school. A school! Climbing is be annoying. I'll just go to this fast travel point instead. Because the marketplace is in the lower area. Why would you say the steps instead of just saying the atrium? I would have associated that place I just went to as part of the atrium. I mean, yeah, why would you say the atrium and not the steps? Because it's closer to the atrium than it is the steps. Man. Okay, lower to Nevron, the marketplace, which I have not even gone to yet. So now I have to run all the way across the map to the marketplace. Oh my god. It's also just getting later and later, and I was hoping to get through more than 2 missions. You know? But I have work tomorrow. I'm just heading straight this way. Assassin's Creed style, I guess. Okay. So now that I'm back on track. Oh, big boy's still over here. This is the marketplace. Oh, you see me?
Before the surge, the Ginevran market was famous across the Maida. Caravans left the enclave with enchanted treasures.
Oh, come on. Hoping I could break line. Not line of sight because it doesn't see me, but... hoping it'll stop caring about me at least. God, everywhere you step just turns to ice. Why is that a thing? Everywhere I step is turning to ice because I'm apparently frostbitten. No, I have 0 time for you. You swinging at me? Somewhere here in this marketplace. While I'm being chased. By 2 enemies, big boys leaving. Yes. God, at least I can fight you guys, unlike the freaking wolf. Is it coming back down? It is. Okay, good. You're dead.
A ledger belonging to the herbalist that owned this stand. There are notes on all kinds of afflictions, both physical and mental, that were treated here. Looks like they asked one patient with symptoms similar to Casmin to keep a diary during treatment. I wonder if I could track it down. He lived in the lower city.
In the perch. Now I gotta run all the way back to the perch. In the ice. I know there's another fast travel here. There has to be. There's no way.
Trover's Gate was the end of the Strand Road. Led through Forbridge and beyond the Vale.
I cannot fight you guys at the moment. I'm so over time here. But I genuinely thought there'd be another fast travel point. And now I don't have any health things. But it's fine, I guess, because if you do kill me, I spawn back at the fast travel point. No! I wasn't looking! No, you don't run! You don't run! You get over there! Okay, good, it left. Should I just let them kill me so I automatically go to where I need to go? He somehow hit me from down there. But I lose all that stuff. Was it worth it? Yes, because I didn't want to walk back. Again, I'm already 45 minutes. It's such a waste of my time looking for that school. And now I need to just run around the perch in the freaking ice. Because I don't grind. Okay, no, I'm not gonna complain. I gotta just do it and suffer through it. No sense in complaining. It's my fault that I don't want to grind. Game. But this person's house can literally be anywhere. I don't have health to fight you guys. I'm looking for a freaking house. Nope, I'm gonna drop because I don't have the stamina for this. Oh, hey, I found it. Oh, come on! I jumped up right when he swung. I can't do damage to those ones. To go out there, buddy.
A diary. The man it belonged to details all his anxieties and intrusive visions. I wonder if Kasmin could relate to him. It's hard to think about her experiencing all this alone. He mentions that he also sought help at the Hallow Pyre Rise. I should check the temple for more information.
With no health. No, I can fast travel back to my house or my base. Man, is this just a lot of running around and no combat because it's freaking ice here and I can't do anything in the ice. Which is, again, it's my fault. Because no, I don't want to grind. I would have grinded over the weekend, but it dropped me in a location where I didn't know if I could leave it or not. So, because I had to wait until I could play the game again, I didn't do any grinding. Am I going? There's just no time for me to grind if I'm playing this on a channel. There's just not. There is, but I would rather be getting story than running around grinding up stuff. I would rather have the heat. The heat also sucks, but I would rather have that than the ice because all the heat does is make me take more fire damage. The cold means I take more cold damage, but also I'm slowed. I don't want to be slowed. explosive arrows, so I also have no patience for that. Well, I guess you're all getting thrown off the cliff, because I don't have time to fight all of you. Well, only 4 of them chased me. The rest of them left, because I guess they knew what they were in for. Nice if I could hold them in the fire. No. You burn? Where are you? No! Can you target this guy? The easier one to kill? I can't. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay, now that you are all out of my way, I need to find, and it's probably downstairs. Oh. If I really need softwood, burn the place to the ground. Okay. No, I guess it's not going to be down here. Another mission already sent me down here. You just up there? Piss off. So what about this place? Investigate Ira's plague in the Hollow Higher Rise. Upper Denevron. What's that noise? Okay, it's got to be up here. Oh, don't turn the camera while you're climbing. Blackened inscription. Dedicated to the 89th season of Ash. For May the Flame Endure. Can't even see you in it. Tell me it's not up here? It really felt like it would have been up here. It wasn't below, wasn't on the same level. I guess not. Does this place not feel important? Oh, I climbed onto it. I was like, what am I doing? Climbing. In there. I guess I should get out of the flames while my stamina regenerates. Okay. Right, it's right over here. That not enough? Oh, secret tome.
A tome on religious afflictions. I wonder if it might document something similar to Ira's plague. If Casmin really believes she's been cursed or afflicted, no wonder she's trying to keep it to herself.
Nothing told me. Like, why would I have assumed there would be a tome over here? Why wouldn't they just put the secret tome in the church? Okay. It's fine. All this for Casman. And then there's probably no romance in the game. It's fine. She's still my friend. I think I have to help her. I want to make sure she's okay. Even if I don't get any lovin's.
The advanced shears need to be your top priority in almost every fight. Use your magic to pin them down and take them out fast.
Oh, because I died to one of the... She'll tell me information on whatever I died to. I forgot one of the guys with scissors killed me. Okay. Lane? Brought you what you asked. Ira's Plague. Oh, and it's a lot! And I knew it had to do with racism. Originating in the polytheistic beliefs common across the southern Meta, is an affliction known as Ira's Plague. I thought Ira was the water goddess. The sufferer is haunted by twisted visions of death and pain until they repent for unjust acts they've committed by living a life of strict scrupulosity. The belief is that the goddess of justice, Ira, won't allow the sufferer's inner peace until they've righted their past wrongs. We've already read this. Or not read this. Lane told me this, so I'm going to skip past that part. This baseless racist ideology is unfortunately prevalent across the Meta, likely stemmed from a fear of the unknown and a lack of understanding of the vicious ways in which our minds can seize our fears. Real or imagined, however, the phenomenon of Ira's Plague is a real disease, which was given serious research in the Enclave. Their hypothesis of the plague being a disorder of the mind rather than a supernatural affliction led them to more clearly define the disease's symptoms. The sufferer experiences a cycle of intrusive thoughts of their own violent, disturbing nature, resulting in all manner of compulsions to fix them, including hoarding, checking, ordering, and rearranging, and asking for reassurance repeatedly among many others. Though it seems to have at least some connection to one's familial lineage, this condition's severity is often exacerbated by poor eating habits, limited physical activity, and a lack of sleep. The research also suggests that this condition isn't unique to Kashar, but due to their irregular sleep schedules, they may experience it in greater severity. Rom, oh, a bug's floating in front of my face. Rom, Oberon, Ashar, and Cassiel are all also documented as having experienced it. A patient diary belonging to a Cassiel in Tenevron paints a portrait of a man who suffered from this condition intensely. His intrusive visions began following the birth of his son. In his diary, he describes being plagued by images of him dropping his newborn son and killing him. His relationship with his wife began to suffer as he became too afraid to hold the baby and thus was unable to partake in his share of the parental duties. Finally, he sought help. So he had postpartum depression? It's not just women who get it. Men can have it as well. A herbalist in Lower Denevron was able to concoct a sleeping balm that allowed him to finally sleep. Oh, so it's just lack of sleep. That's their solution. That is the whole entire plot of Macbeth, right? Kill someone, he can't sleep, so he starts to go insane. It's a real thing. This, in combination with a strict regimen of diet, athletics, and mental exercises, helps him to combat his intrusive visions. From process notes included in my dossier, it would seem that over time he was able to regain control over his life. Unfortunately, many sufferers of Ira's Plague do not have access to this form of rehabilitation across the Meta due to the stigma and misinformation related to the condition. So, as I thought. Oh.
Exactly as I theorized. Ira's plague is little more than a stigmatized condition with a perfectly rational explanation.
Which is.
A perfect storm of family traits and lifestyle choices, exaggerated by circumstance. Diet, athletics, and sleep all factor in.
Casmin hasn't been sleeping much.
Might be worth presenting this research to her to see if the rest resonates.
Good idea.
Oria and I will join you when you're ready.
It's as I thought. Grew up with racist parents.
When's the last time anyone saw her sleep?
It's been weeks.
Is that normal for a Kashar?
No.
She said it was. I kind of thought it wasn't, Dom, considering you have a bed. But hey, it's not drugs. Didn't go with the it's drugs route. It's odd that Oria mentioned the snorting. Sorry, I was yawning. It's getting later and later. And this took an hour because 2 times I got lost. Hold on. Let me salvage some stuff. I now have 40 wood. I'm not gonna scrap any wood because I feel like wood. Oh, whoops! Is the thing.
Casmin, we need to talk.
Could it wait? I'm in the middle of touch counting the armory.
No, it can't.
We've been worried about you.
I'm fine. Seriously, don't worry about me.
No one has seen you sleep in days. You're clearly hiding 2 bands worth of supplies behind the caravan shutters. And half the time you're talking a league a minute about catastrophes that are never going to happen. We can't let you keep going like this.
No. Maybe I've been a little off lately, but I'm fine, seriously. I'm just trying to keep our Weaver band prepared in case... I just want us all to be safe.
We are safe.
Kaz, I've been doing research on a condition you might know as Ira's plague.
I'm not possessed.
We know.
The Enclave's studies on Ira's plague concluded that it's not a religious affliction, but a disorder of the mind. The sufferer experiences a cycle of relentless, disturbing thoughts and all manner of compulsions to fix them, including hoarding. Though it may be passed on through families, this condition is often exacerbated by a lack of sleep.
Bryn found a diary belonging to a Cassil man in Denevron who suffered from this. I think you should read it. He describes the intrusive visions that began after the birth of his son. Horrible fears he would drop his baby that he was so ashamed of, he couldn't share them with anyone.
That's awful.
It reached a point where he couldn't hold his own child, until he sought help.
So you're saying, if I have Ira's plague, there's a cure?
We found evidence of a treatment, yes. We'd need to talk to someone at Cassidin's Hold to know more.
But we didn't want to speak to someone outside the Weaver Band on your behalf without talking to you first.
I don't know.
Yep, we all need help sometimes.
None of this is your fault. It's okay to get help. We all need it from time to time.
But no one else seems to need help. Everyone else is handling being here just fine, and I'm the only one having a breakdown.
Hey, it could be any one of us tomorrow. And I know for a fact that if this were happening to anyone else, you'd cut them some slack.
She's right. It's hard for all of us to see you suffering like this. We care about you, and we just want you to be okay.
Fine. You can talk to the Weavers in Cassidin's Hold. I can't promise. I'm still not sure about all of this.
We'll go one step at a time.
That ends drowning. I mean, I don't know how you aren't sleeping when you got this big old cuddly Beast. I mean, I guess she does look like she's all muscle.
It's my favorite book club. I can't decide between a love story about a studious ram and an Auburn warrior that couldn't be more opposite. Or a treatise on Tazan governance prior to the Surge.
Those do seem like very different options.
Yeah, well, normally we'd have passed through somewhere with a proper bookshop by now, but we're running low on options inside the Vale.
It's it just from that dramatic turn to just, oh yeah, my book club.
You sure you don't want to run away screaming?
What? Why?
Nothing. Never mind.
Come on. Seriously. What are you talking about?
It's just... That's generally the reaction that sufferers of Era's plague get across the Maida Basin. After all, Era only stalks the wicked for penance.
Do you really believe in that?
Are you religious yourself?
I don't really know anymore. My mother was deeply religious, so I was raised to believe in the Southern gods. I always accepted them as real, but lately, I've begun to question.
How so?
I mean, if what you've discovered is true, and the visions I have aren't penance from the goddess of justice, I've been hanging on to a lot of self-contempt for nothing.
That is a heavy burden to carry out of faith.
It's always the damn South. Is there anything you need to repent for?
Kaz, you do so much for other people. What could you possibly have to repent for?
I don't know. At all hours of the day, a voice is howling at me for never being good enough. Never hitting the mark. It's all I can hear. How am I supposed to ignore it?
Lane's research indicates that with treatment, you can though.
I think if you knew how awful I really am, and how much I deserve to be reminded of it, you wouldn't say that.
Kasmin, we know you, and we accept you as you are.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's her mom. It was her racist mom raising a demon baby. They're not demons, but obviously the mom saw her as a demon. Have you ever tried to get help before?
Have you ever told anyone else about these visions you're having?
Only one person. My mother.
I take it she wasn't very supportive?
I'll never forget how she looked at me. Like she was terrified. She told me to keep my impure visions to myself, and that if I behaved, eventually Era would leave me alone.
How old were you?
5. I had just started school, and I was struggling with being away from my parents to attend classes. Images of them murdered by bandits while I was away hounded me during the 6 hours I spent outside the home. I swallowed my fears, though, hoping, as my mother told me, that if I was good and went to school, the visions would stop.
Okay. Well, also Sev. Sev is going through some shit. I mean, obviously she is. But we're acting like Sev, and this was Sev got angry at us for this. We're acting like Sev isn't struggling as well. We're like, oh, it's only you. No. Yes, this is tragic, but Sev is also needing our support. No one is gonna judge you.
Even if Era actually was out for you, I still wouldn't run. Anyone who cares about you knows you're not a threat.
I wish I felt as sure of that as you do.
In time, I'll be able to say, I told you so.
Maybe.
Wanna know how we can guarantee she's going to bed? Just saying, Bryn. There's one surefire way we can make sure she's in bed. I mean, not sexual, just taking her to bed. That finished off. Drowning. Now we got anchored. All of hers are water related because she used to be a sailor.